Good morning and a very warm welcome back to the Sussex Daily News team this week. In this video, we give you a piece of breaking news. Meghan Markle allegedly used Archie as a form of dirty PR when talking with Malala. Yesterday, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have revealed they felt, quote, fortunate to have witnessed their son Archie's first steps during the COVID-19 crisis as they joined activist Malala Yousafzai in a virtual chat. But have you noticed that they always talk about Archie when they need some good PR? Clearly, this is so bad to celebrate the International Day of the Girl. They talk about their son. Is this the same Archie whose birth they were reticent in publicizing? Abandoned in Canada so they could burn their bridges in Britain? To move to Hollywood for privacy? Is not Prince Harry giving Archie all the publicity he claimed he hated as a child? Harry and his venal wife cannot be trusted. They exploit Archie as a prop, but one can't believe anything that these two hypocritical grifters say because he is a dim-witted puppet for the bold-faced liar Meghan Markle. They treat their families like rubbish in their soulless pursuit of fame and fortune. They are greedy hucksters whose anger, jealousy, and contempt for others renders them unfit to speak on any topic. They won't show Archie unless someone pays big bucks for the privilege. They don't get that too much as time has passed and people have totally lost interest. It's such a shame. He will probably not see his great-grandparents before they are gone. I probably won't be alive, but can imagine how one day he will be furious with these two, that they denied him the chance to interact with all the family, or her side either for that matter. Plus, the very private couple that left the country and duty because they wanted privacy for their private lives are on the news every day talking about their very private lives. Why is it so difficult for them to enjoy their family life without letting the world know all about it? They are obsessed with talking about themselves and have become very boring. Meanwhile, Harry's body language was very telling. He looked away, didn't nod or change to give any eye contact. He didn't smile, nothing. He sat looking silently and glumly to the side. And Meghan revealed they had been having a lot of good family time during the pandemic, with Prince Harry saying, quote, "We were both there for Archie's first steps, his first run, his first fall, everything." Meghan added, quote, "It's just fantastic, and in so many ways we are fortunate to have this time to watch him grow. In the absence of COVID, we would be traveling and working more externally, and we'd have missed a lot of those moments." Gosh, they're frightful. They have absolutely no understanding of the struggles families have been and still are dealing with during this worldwide pandemic. They've sailed through it all whilst acquiring a multi-million-pound house, negotiating a multi-million-pound contract, and having to stress-free time to watch their child progress. I have never known more insensitive and ungrateful people. How they have the nerve to lecture us from their obscenely privileged situation is astounding, when all they have done is denigrate our queen and country. Again, millions have died, more are out of work and have been evicted from their homes and have no food to feed their children. But by all means, meanwhile, Meghan Markle, go on about her virtue signaling nonsense from her ivory tower. She is gained by doing nothing but marrying a rich, pale and stale male. I bet Malala's mother is glad they did this via virtual chat, considering they had to admonish Harry for trying to hug and kiss Malala last they met in person. Two nobodies talking to a warrior who has actually done the work and was nearly killed in the process of justice for girls, while they've done nothing but whine about their overprivileged lives. You couldn't write this comedy any better. I just do not understand why people like Malala, who I assume has tons of personal integrity, why she would want to associate herself with these two, knowing that they are just using her to try and raise her faked power celebrity status by associating themselves with important, inspirational people, while they themselves have done nothing except whinge and waffle, and in reality, they are nothing. Not only me, but more than 7,000 comments also slammed them. A fan wrote, "In the absence of COVID, she would have missed her baby's first steps, running and fall. Please shut up, you clowns. I'd rather miss all that any day than see over 200,000 plus people die from COVID. What a stupid thing to say. She's starting to sound as stupid and as selfish. A fan replied, honestly, these two airheads for real, as the most parents all enjoy their children's first steps, first run, and first fall when they have the opportunity, as these two are not being different parents if they are parents at all. Harry and his American wife should go down in history books as the most tedious and annoying, irritating people out there in society due to the fact that they think that they are superior to the norm, which is so highly unlikely. But the second wrote, well, I for one applaud them for sticking by their word, staying out of the limelight and keeping themselves private. On second thoughts, they are total bloody hypocrites. I am not a troll and actually wish her no harm, but please vote if you think she is the most irritating, narcissistic woman on the planet and should stop her sanctimonious, self-righteous preaching. Added, their kid has hardly had any family time. They have taken away all the love he could have had been given from their extended families. They are extremely selfish pair. They should love their child more than they hate their families. Hey, Meghan, why don't you mention how lucky you were to have a dad who paid for your college education? And how lucky you were to have your uncle who got you the internship with the State Department. You seem like a pretty spoiled, ungrateful person. Another fan mocked, we are very pleased they had time with Archie. They don't need to get up to go to work in the morning. They have someone to clean all those bathrooms, someone to cut the grass, feed the dogs, cook their meals. No need to worry about the roof over their heads. No need to worry about food on the table or about their $8 an hour job that's been lost. Now clear off. She's hateful, braggy, and spiteful. But, a fan explains, not exactly the doting parents hiding this poor child away. All celebs in Hollywood are out and about with their children doing normal things. This is not just protecting him as they have security and doubtful anyone would even recognize them walking down the street anyways. Is he not cute enough for her? Or does he resemble his grandpa Thomas too much? It's really sad. I agree with the comments that Harry discussed them more. He also discussed me. What a useless buffoon he is. He has the gall to say that they have been working really, really hard. How dare he insult people who really work hard, and especially harder during these times, trying to keep a job, homeschool their children, and keep a roof over their heads. All they do is sit in their ivory mega mansion tower and talk about themselves. They don't actually do anything. When will sensible-minded people realize this? She gets dressed up and gives some old woke speeches, and he tries to string a few sentences together and chime in, parroting her. They're in for a comeuppance somehow, some way, profiting off their titles and spouting nonsense almost on a daily basis, trying to be relevant while privileged beyond our comprehension. The toy soldier and the showgirl, those are the only titles they deserve. And the last one concluded, so on one side of the conversation, you have the rather thick son of the Queen of England and his B-list actress wife, who think they're living a hard life when people say nasty, if thoroughly deserved, things about them on Twitter. On the other side, you have an academically brilliant woman who survived being shot in the head as a child by a Taliban nutjob for the heinous crime of trying to get an education, and went on to get first-rate degrees. I don't know how those two self-centered gonks can possibly feel fit to breathe the same air as Miss Yousafzai. And you? What do you think about her? Please leave me a comment in the comment section below and we can discuss them together. And if you think my video is useful for everyone, please remember to like and share it with anyone you think will also love it like us. And don't forget to subscribe to the Sussex Daily News team on YouTube to get more videos in the future. Now have a nice week and see you in the next video.